And so let's get to it. This is a laptop here, and I notice this laptop don't the battery don't last that long. So today I'm going to be showing you, by using this laptop, this screen here, to show you some things, some settings that you can update on your own. Than the laptop battery, there will be improvement. So first, you click on window here, you go to your settings, and okay, you go to system. All right, first of all, this brightness here, if it is very high, too high, try and reduce it to a point where you can still see the screen. You can try and reducing it, but since I'm making the video, I won't be updating the brightness yet, but let me just put it here, because the brightness have a very important role to play on how last your battery, on how long your battery power usually lasts. So apart from that, you go down there, make sure you don't touch this. Yeah, make sure you don't touch this, because if you make a mistake in this, it can ruin your laptop actually. Especially, don't go to this place, advanced settings, don't change this to 500 or so. It can ruin your laptop. So don't touch anything here. So just come here on the display resolution. Under the display resolution, you just click here, and you can see it is on the highest now. This determines how clear your laptop is. And all right, let me just put it at okay, 800 by 600. You can see how it is now, right? All right, with this kind of screen, you can see now that this laptop there are some space in the screen here that is no longer using. It's only using like half screen. And if you notice the way the text size is, it's not as clear as it used to be. It's kind of a little bit blurry now. It's no longer as clear as it was before. So if you set this to 800 by 600, and you can be using this, and your battery will definitely improve. It will be lasting longer than usual. But if you feel you are not okay with this, you can put it in this 1024 by 768. You can see there's difference now. Also with this, your battery health, there will also be improvement. Okay, let's also try this out. All right, you see how different the screen is now, only that the top is not showing. That's the only difference here now. Okay, let's try out the next one. Change this. All right, I'll actually prefer you use this one. Okay, I actually prefer you use this one, 1280 by 720, because there is not much difference in this and in the recommended one. Just that the test here actually looks a little bit blurry. If you are viewing it from my side, you know what I'm talking about. If you are searching it on your laptop, you know what I'm talking about. The test here looks a little bit blurry. Compared to this one, the test will be very bold and very sharp. But with this, your laptop screen will still be the same, but it will be full, but the test will be a little bit blurry. I know that you can still be comfortable while using it. You can still use it like that. But anyway, in the display orientation, you don't need to change anything here, because this doesn't really matter. It doesn't really change how well your battery lasts. This doesn't really change how well your battery lasts, but just leave it in landscape is the best for that. And on the sound don't really have an important role playing on how well your battery lasts, unless maybe you are the type that you play music while using your laptop. If you play music while using your laptop, then you should minimize the way you play music too, because it also drains your battery. Also minimize what you do background. Those are the things that also drain your battery. You can just bring your volume backward, or mute the laptop if possible, so the sounds from notification and others will not also affect how well your battery lasts. Okay, then we come to battery. All right, we come to battery. The battery saver, you can see, is turned off now. The battery saver is turned off now, so you turn it on. turn the battery saver on, if you notice the display, there's a difference in the display is the brightness is a little bit going down, so that means the battery saver is turned on. You can see it here as well. Okay, so on the battery saver, turn on automatically at you put it in always. So even if your laptop's percentage is in 100, the battery saver will still be on. So you just put it in always and click on lower screen brightness while in battery usage. You click on this, then you come here on the battery usage per app to see how the apps that use most of the battery. Okay, let's see in the last 24 hours. Okay, it is settings here. Okay, the app that you notice that they use most of your battery, you just click here and choose how app will run on background. You click on always, or you can also use let window decide, but I will advise you use always. So let's leave it as let window decide so that Microsoft can decide for us. We'll just set everything on let window decide. Okay, we'll just set everything to let window decide. Okay. I think that will be all. If you update these settings, I know that there will be changes in how well your battery lasts, and on battery power you can also adjust this as well. This also have a little important role to play in how well your battery lasts. On battery power, turn off at make sure to put this in 15 minutes. Okay, on battery power, this actually means that if you are not charging the laptop and you are not using it either, how long is it going to take till the screen turn off? And if the screen just keep turning on, that will also affect how it will also be draining your battery a lot. So you just put this in 15 minutes when plugged in, turn off, meaning when you are charging it. You can leave this in 1 hour or 2 hours or any hours you want. You can even leave it in you can leave it in 1 hour, because when you are charging it, it doesn't really matter if the screen is on or not, because you are not using your battery power. Okay, on battery power, PC goes to sleep after you won't want. Okay, you can put this in 15 minutes to 15 minutes too. So when plugged in, PC goes to sleep after. You can put this in 1 hour or 2 hours. When plugged in, you can put this in 2 hours. Okay, that is the first step you can do. And if you update these settings, this first step, there will be difference in how well your battery lasts. There will be improvement, but I'm going to take us through some other things that you can do to maximize how well your battery lasts. Okay, let us just look a bit at other things. Let's just look at other things to see if there are other settings that we need to adjust. Okay, just stay with me here. And if you also notice, you'll notice that my laptop is not that fast. In order to make this laptop fast, what we need to do is set the RAM. My laptop currently is using just 4 GB RAM. I will making a video. I will be making a video on how you can by yourself upgrade your laptop, your laptop gig RAM, and if your laptop is using HDD, I can also teach you how to update it to start using SSD. That way your laptop will it will be loading, to be able to load pages faster. It will be faster, very speedy, and you will enjoy it more. I will teach you. You can actually do it at home, or I will take you through on the right ones to buy
but I don't think I'll be doing that in this video, because on the title and description of this video, it's actually all about how to make your laptop battery power last longer. This is not about how to upgrade your laptop gig RAM, but I will also be making a video on that on my next video. The video will be channeled specifically to how to upgrade your laptop gig RAM. So let's look at other things that you can actually do on your laptop to make it speed up faster.
Okay, let's check the settings. Let's check out some other things that you can do to improve your laptop's battery life. On the okay, yeah, okay, this is the Windows updates. You are up to date. Okay, you should always check for updates. You should always check for your Windows. Should always check for your Windows update. Let's connect to the internet so we can check if there is any updates available for us. Okay, because updating your laptop have a very important role to play in how well your laptop battery lasts. It has a very crucial role to play in that too. So you should always try and update your laptop always, because Microsoft continuously makes different changes, and they always improves their system. So we should always try to keep to date and always adapt to the new features made available on the new changes that they make on their system for us. Okay, it's still loading now. Let's just wait a little longer for this to update, because if we update this laptop, I'm very sure it will also have a very big impact on the laptop battery. Okay, let's just wait a little longer. And you should also be careful on if you are not using any app. You can see there are many apps here now. For example, this is Facebook, this is WhatsApp, this is Telegram, Instagram. If currently what you are using is Facebook and you have already opened Telegram, maybe some time ago, you have already used Telegram some time before, but currently are using Facebook, I will suggest you close Telegram. And be using that Facebook for now, because if you leave that Telegram and it's working in background, it will also be draining your laptop battery a lot. Or I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. I mean, opening apps that you are not using, you just open the app, they are just there. It's also using your battery power, and it's not really that encouraging, especially for those that don't always have stable.
Really sorry about that little delay, guys. My phone broke down. That was why I went off. So let's continue what we were doing, guys.
Okay. All right. If you update your laptop and you change the gig RAM and the SSD, you update it, as I was saying, this laptop will be speeding like 5 times the rate it is speeding now. So that is why it's really important, especially for people using older model laptops. It's really important that you try to upgrade your laptop. If you don't know how to do it, you can send me a message or send me an email, or message me on WhatsApp +2347042664462. Just send me a message and I will put you through on how you can upgrade your laptop by yourself. You are currently using 4 gig RAM laptop. I can teach you on how you can update it to pick 8 gig RAM, 16 gig RAM, 32 gig RAM, or whatever your laptop model allows. It all depends on your laptop type. Like this, my laptop is currently on 4 gig RAM, but I can update it to as much as 32 gig RAM if I want. Okay, let's just check if there are any updates available for me, but that can also. Okay, it has already finished loading. All right, updates available. There are actually updates available for me, and I said your device is missing important security and quality fixes. Okay, update for Microsoft Defender antivirus anti-malware platform. Okay, there is an update on the Microsoft Defender antivirus. There is also a Windows malicious software. Come here, sir. There is also a Windows malicious software remover tool. Okay, they are downloading currently. You can see this one is in 61% already. It's downloading already. And security update for Windows 10 version 64-bit systems. All right, this is a cumulative update for Windows 10 version. The status is still 0, not download. You can see this one is already almost finished. Download is already 98, already done downloading. When this finish downloading, then it will install, and then there will be difference in quality. You can see that your device is missing important security and quality fixes. There will be changes in the Windows quality, which involves how well the battery lasts. So you also click on view optional updates, driver updates. You click on driver updates, then you click here, but that one is optional. This one, I don't think you should have a specific problem. One of these drivers might help, otherwise automatic update will keep your drivers up to date. So that specific problem can include the battery life not lasting long. So if you can also click this. I would advise to do this too. Click on this Android Net and click on download and install, but I will not be doing that for now. But this is optional. If you like, you can do it. If you like, you should not do it. Okay, and also you can also troubleshoot. You can be connected to the internet. But first, before you can troubleshoot, you need to turn on the internet. Then you can troubleshoot the issue to Windows, and they will sort it out. That is, if the issue is from Microsoft, the issue is an inner problem and it's not with your laptop battery. Because first of all, you should also try to change your laptop battery, get a new one, to know if there will be changes or improvement in how well the battery lasts. So for those that might love to check out how you can update your laptop RAM, I will just make a little show a little things on how you can update your laptop RAM. Or let me just see how you can check the RAM, the gig RAM on your laptop, and every other things you want to check on your laptop. So what you need to do first of all is this window and this R button here, and this window. Just click on the window and immediately click on arrow. So this will pop up. Click on Windows, click on R, Windows R. Then this will pop up. Let me do it again. You can just do it, Windows R. if you waste time in clicking it, it won't work. So just put hands on the two at the same time. Windows are, and it's already out. So here you will click on where to search. We click on REGEDIT. REGEDIT. You click on this, then you click on OK. Sorry. But you should be very careful while doing this, and I will not advise you to do this at home. You should be very careful, because one little mistake in this particular setting, this is the edit that makes up your laptop system itself. So one little mistake, or you mistakenly set up what you are not supposed to set up, it can destroy your laptop for life. And I don't think there is any technician, only professional technicians, that can help you restore the laptop back. So before you start editing the registry editor, you start editing the laptop, you should know what you are doing. So you don't destroy something by yourself. Okay. All right. Okay. So okay, let's give it some time. All right, I will be back. Let me just check from my side here on the exact settings to go to. I will be back, because I think there may be a little mistake here. I don't want to just start clicking on everything here looking for a specific setting. So I'll just make another deep research, and then I'll come back and resume the video.
Friend, it will appear that we may have been looking at the wrong direction. That is why we actually went to the window R. Is not where you can check your laptop gigram and other things, but I have done my research, and I have found where we can do it. Okay, let's just get on to it.
All right, this is it. What you just need to do first of all is, what you need to open the tab where you can check your laptop gigram and other things, is when this control, this shift, and this ESC. Control Shift ESC. So you just try to put your hand on the three all at once. You see what I'm doing? So Windows Shift ESC. Okay, here is it. Okay, with this you can see how your laptop CPU and everything is working. You don't only get to check your gigram and other things here. This is actually from where you can know the system you are using, know your laptop well. Okay, let me just set up the camera. Sorry, it's getting a little blurry. Okay, so you just go to performance. Sorry about background noise. Okay, let me wait for my arrow to come back. I just wait for my arrow to come back. All right, now this is performance. Okay, you click on memory. Okay, on the performance you click on memory. Now you can see what I was talking about. 4 gig. I'm using 4 gig currently. But you see here now, it said on the slots used, it said one of 4. It's showing 1 of 4 slots used, meaning out of this 4 gig RAM, I can actually change this 4 gig RAM to an 8 gig RAM, and I will still have 3 slots left. So those 3 slots, let us say 8 gig RAM times 4, that will be 32. So this laptop actually, when it's currently using just 4 gig, I'm currently using 4 gig RAM, I can remodify it myself to start using, and it will become 32 gig RAM. I don't know if you understand me. Here it's saying 1 of 4 slots used. I can choose to add 3 more slots, and those gig RAM that I can add, there are some that have 2 gigs, some have 4 gigs, some have 8 gigs. So if I choose to buy that, even if I choose to say, okay, let me get the 4 gig RAM, 3 slots, these 4 will still be, so that will be 4 gig RAM times 4. That will be 16. My laptop will become 16 gig RAM. It will be working very, very fast. So as I was saying, the disk, you can see is HDD, that is why the laptop is very, very slow. That's why it takes more time for the home screen to boot, to turn on, and when opening up, that's why it takes time to display. So this is HDD. You have to take it to a good technician, a laptop technician, an engineer. He will remove the HDD and he will insert an SSD memory on your laptop, and it will be very, very fast. It will improve. And this is the CPU. I think my laptop CPU is not that big. It's just the i3 CPU, so it's not that big. So I would advise, although if you have the money, you can update to a bigger laptop, but these are things you have to look out for when getting a new laptop: the CPU, the memory, and these are the 3 things that make up laptop. But it all depends on what you are going to be using the laptop for. That is what really determines what exactly you are going to what you are going to be buying. So when buying the laptop, first is the CPU. Buy a laptop of at least i5 or i7, depending on what you want to be using the laptop for. If you just want to start using it for maybe watching movies, browsing the internet, I think this i3 is good for you, but just go for i5. But if you want to start using it for gaming and doing all sort of heavy load works, go for the i7. Go for the i7 at least. That is very good CPU for such heavy tasks. Then the memory. Please do not store a lot of things. Do not store a lot of things on your laptop. That was why I said do not open multiple apps on the background at the same time. It also affects how well your laptop operates. Okay, and talking of memory, let's check my file manager. This can also affect how fast your laptop actually operates. Okay, I've already clicked on file manager. You can see it's taking some time to load. That is because I already have an app working and other things. I already have something going on here. So the file manager is taking a little bit of time to open. If I change this HDD to an SSD, that is the job it will do. As I click on this file manager, it will just open once, but this HDD is very, 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 very slow. So that is why it's like that. File manager don't want to open for me. Okay, here we go then. Here we go. All right. You can see I have a lot of things on the laptop that actually should make it start working slow. There are a lot of movies, a lot of dramas saved on the laptops. Some are season films, some are movies, a lot of things saved inside the laptop. So there are quite enough to make the laptop starts working very, very slow. So if your laptop is like this, I would recommend deleting some things. But I don't always use this laptop. I have other ones that I use. But if you have a laptop that you know that there are a lot of things inside that you no longer use, especially videos like this, they take a lot of time, and apps, I would recommend you delete them. But I won't be deleting my own, so I would recommend, sorry about the background noises, I would recommend you delete those videos. And if you have heavy loading apps like for example this AutoCAD, it takes a lot of gig RAM, this AutoCAD app. Do not open it in the background while using the laptop. Be careful not to open it in the background. And this also have a lot to do in on how well your laptop battery lasts. So that will be that for that. But before you can change your laptop, you can update your laptop, either the HDD card to an SSD or the laptop's gig RAM. Before you can update the gig RAM as well, you need.
And if you are not very good with your laptop, I will not advise you to start upgrading your laptop by yourself, to start changing the HDD and the SSD to SSD by yourself, or upgrading the laptop RAM by yourself, because it is a very complex step-by-step procedure, and it requires only a professional that should do that. And how you can actually do it is, you can't see it, okay? You can't see it unless you open your laptop. Your laptop have the bottom plate of the laptop. You just use the screwdriver to remove it. Removing it, you can then see the HDD, which can be removed. And if you want to replace it with the SSD, you just add the SSD on that same spot where you remove the HDD. And for the CPU, most especially modern laptops, they do not allow CPU to be changed. Only older laptops like this one that like the one I'm using, they are the ones that encourage such CPU swap. Most modern laptops don't encourage that. They are just soldered directly to the panel. But like this laptop that I'm using, this is an older version laptop. You can actually change the CPU on this. You just also open it. So that's why I said you have to be a professional, because it will take professionalism for you to know which one is the CPU, which one is the hard disk, which one is the gig RAM, and all that. So for the gig RAM too, to add your 3 slots, or to remove your first slot and exchange it with a bigger slot, whatever, you also need to open it. You also need to open the laptop. On the bottom plate there, you will find the gig RAM. So just where you find it, or if first of all, before you start upgrading your laptop, before you start taking it to a technician, make sure you check it at home with all the ways I have already taught on how to check it. Make sure you check it on yourself at home, and to know if there are any slots left. If you are only seeing maybe one of one used, you're always like maybe one of one, you know that there is only one slot there, so it won't be possible for you to upgrade it. But if you are seeing maybe one of two used, or one of three used, or two of three used, two of four used, you know that here there are empty slots available for you where you can easily add other gig RAM to the laptop. So what we just do is you open it. When you open it, I think this will actually be easier for you to find than the rest. You just open it, and you will see the gig RAM there, and then you will see the 3 other empty slots there. This can actually be the only one that I think anybody can attempt to do by themselves at home, although it's not still recommended that you do it by yourself at home. But this is for educational purposes only, for those that they don't have access to a good technician around. You can just try, or the laptop, maybe it's an older one, just want to use it to improve your skill or so, you can try doing it at home. So what you just do is you open it, you see the gigram there, the 3 other empty slots, you will also see it there. So you will just, the one that you have bought, because you have to first of all go and buy. So before you buy, first of all, lose your laptop, see the one you already have. There are different products there. The DDRL something, that is the one you should buy. It has DDRL written on it also. So you just buy it, and then the 3 that you bought, you just socket it on the 3 empty slots. If there are 2 empty slots left, the 2 that you bought, you just socket it on the 2 empty slots there, and that's that for that. You'll be able to now make use of the gigram. And after putting it, make sure you take your laptop to where they are selling it. Don't buy it and take it home. Take your laptop to where they are selling it, get it fix it there. If you can fix it yourself, you can't fix it yourself, and there is a technician there, and tell them to help you fix it. And after fixing it, go back to that same settings. If you remember, I said click Control Shift then ESC. Control Shift ESC. Hold Control, click on Shift, then click on ESC. You click on it. Then after clicking on it, you open the Task Manager. You go to Performance. Then you go to RAM, the gigram. There you will see your gigram there. Be sure to check the gigram at the top right. At the top right, your gigram is showing right there, very bold. And if you are using a 4 gigram before, a 2 gigram before, a 1 gigram before, and what you buy is a 20 gigram, is an 18 gigram, or an 8 gigram, or a 16 gigram, whatever which one you buy. So just check it there. The one you bought should be added to the one that is already on your laptop. The one that you buy should be added to the one already on your laptop. So the total gigram will be showing at the top right. It must be showing there. If it's not showing there, meaning it didn't work, meaning the one you bought is probably not good, or it's not a good match for your laptop. So that is that. For the CPU, it's quite very CPU is more complex and more difficult to change CPU, because it's most of the time, 8 out of 10 times that people change their CPU, it doesn't always match, because the laptop motherboard will always keep rejecting it, because CPU is something that comes with laptop. It's just like how would I even say it, like a phone screen. For example, if you want to change the screen on your phone, you have to go and look for the one for that specific phone. If you're using an iPhone X, you have to go and look for a screen of that same iPhone X which we put in that iPhone X before it should be working well. So if you're going to be putting other screen from other phone, there is a very high chance that it will not work. Most of the time, it will not even work unless you are just lucky, or you better just go and look for that same iPhone X. So that means if your laptop now is a laptop that is not very common, or very popular, to get that same exact CPU to change on your laptop or to upgrade it will be very difficult, because your laptop is very rare and difficult to find at the same time. Because your laptop is very rare and difficult to find at the same time. And if it's an older model, that would also even make it more difficult to. If it's an older model, that will even make it more difficult for you to find the perfect gigram. So when I am updating my own, I will be sure to record a video, because I have plans on upgrading the laptop gigram, the CPU, and the memory